Hello, today is the 20th of June, 2020, it's a Saturday. Doing just an update on what's going on with COVID-19, not good. Some statistics in the U.S. as of right now, this is about 8:45 at night. 2,243,000 cases. In North Carolina, 51,600 cases. The two big stories that really kind of inspired me to do a video today, just to kind of update on what's going on, are that the trends continue to go up, and not in a good way, not only just in North Carolina, but also in America in general. So yesterday there was 1,600 new cases, and again, keep in mind the record, which was done on June 12th, was 1,700 cases, new cases day over today, and today it's listed at 1,500. So we are continuing to trend up. If you go back a month in time, so the rolling average right now on June 20th is 1,200 cases. So you go back a month, and it was 615 cases a day. That was the rolling average. So that's a little bit alarming. In the United States in general, it was trending down, but the last few days it's been trending back up to some pretty significant levels. It's taking a little while for it to load here, and then I'll talk about the other thing that's been kind of going on as far as different things in America. Let's see here. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so for America, as of yesterday, 29,000 cases. And I mean, that was like, last time we had something that high was June 5th. And then before that, it was all back the way to May 1st. So generally it was trending down in America for a while, but it's trending back up again. The other big news is, so you've got COVID-19, where everyone's kind of, the timeline is COVID-19 comes in, everyone kind of gets isolated. After a while, people are frustrated, their lives have been disrupted. And then George Floyd, who was a black man in Minnesota, basically is arrested for trying to buy, I think, cigarettes with a fake $20 bill. He may not have even realized it was a fake $20 bill. The police were called. He ends up dying because the policeman has him, it was basically kneeling on his neck to the point where he dies. This causes a whole bunch of protests, riots. There was looting for a few days. Huge news about police brutality. It's now, the narrative has shifted to just racism in general, especially because yesterday was Juneteenth. It's a thing. Juneteenth, not forgetting a word there, but that kind of celebrates the when the slaves were freed. So we have these kind of racial tensions. Well, what happened also yesterday was that in Raleigh, North Carolina, where I live close to that, there was two statues that were basically, one of them was the first soldier to die in the Civil War from North Carolina, and he fought for the Confederacy. And then there was one for the women of the Confederacy. Again, these are very old statues, over 100 years old or so. They were torn down by protesters. The one, as I understand it, the one of the guy who was the first to die, they basically hung him up as if to show that he was being lynched. So that's the kind of social strife that we're having, and basically the governors today said, yeah, these statues are coming down. We're not keeping them up in Raleigh. They're going to be putting them in a museum so they have the historical context. But when you have a statue that's in a public place, especially on the Capitol grounds, it's a political, it's a thing. Okay. should the statues be there? Probably not, because, but again, think about the guy who was, the first to die in the, I don't know if he was pro-slavery. He was pro his state rights. I don't know. I really don't know. But still, what he represented is not okay, as we've learned. Does that mean that then in turn his statue should be hung up as if it was being lynched? No, two wrongs don't make a right. So there's a lot of anger and frustration on both sides, and that's kind of the things that we're dealing with. And tomorrow's Father's Day. I got good kids, so that's a positive. And that's it for today.